Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Ocean's Pit, a little show about big things. We're back in the studio today. Today is Monday, August 6th, and I hope you guys had a great weekend and you're going out and supporting live bands, live entertainment, local establishments. That's what it's about. We got a great show for you guys lined up today. It's important. I'm glad that you guys tune in every day. We really do appreciate it. Check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com, and give us a call at 847-769-8609 to book a show. And every show is dedicated to the first responders. Thank you for everything you guys do, folks. And mostly this show is also dedicated to people like you who take the time during the day and spend your lunch hour with Tony O, or when you get a chance to watch it in any other of our five other social media outlets, the Tony Ocean Show Facebook page, Mo Carrara Facebook page. We're on LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, and the Ocean's Pit Facebook page. So welcome, everybody, and thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We have a busy week coming up with a lot of good stuff. So let's get right to our sponsors, folks. Every Ocean's Pit show is brought to you by our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. Norwich, Des Plaines, Evergreen Park, and Warrenville. Always got some great deals, folks, for our good friends from Ace. How about their new U-Haul rentals? Norwich, Des Plaines, and Warrenville. They have a large fleet of trucks, best prices in town. 3 easy ways to make your reservation. Call the store, walk in, visit the U-Haul desk, or go to uhaul.com. Choose one of your Ace stores as your location to make a reservation. They are here for all your moving needs, personal, business, small loads. They have you covered. That's Ace is the place. $20, 20% off, excuse me, $20 off when you say mention Grill Your Ace Off and get 20%, $20 off any brand new grills for sale. That's our good friends from Ace is the place. And remember, they've been helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, folks. Ace Hardware. Support, buy local, shop local. All right. Let's just get right to some other stuff, folks. We want to say an update again on my mother-in-law, Dee Bosch, which was, of course, my wife Laura's mom. And if you're just tuning in or if you've been hearing the story for a while, it is just to the point where it's got to be a couple more days, I think, before they have to move her to hospice. Um, they're starting to take away the last couple of days a little bit of her medication, her daily medication, stuff that they had her on, her medication and her morphine and her antibiotics and stuff. And it's just a tough thing right now. Like I was talking about, she's just an incredible, strong lady, and it's like a yo-yo up and down. It's very hard on my wife Laura, and of course her sister Natalie, and the whole family. I get to spend some time with mom, and of course I'm a mush. Someone broke down in front of her. It wasn't easy, but she's a strong woman. And we're just going to keep you more updated on more stuff that's going on, but it's not looking the best right now, ladies and gentlemen. So again, thank you for your prayers, your calls, your texts, your emails, and I really appreciate that very much. All right. Let's get to our other sponsors, folks. You're watching Ocean's Pit. So let's get right to our good buddies from Gorelli Pavement Service. Gorelli knows the curb appeal for your home and business, largely affected by your concrete and asphalt. Gorelli's here to help you keep your asphalt looking brand new with proper maintenance, which includes seal coating, crack filling, and patching. They also do driveways. Give our good friends Laura or Barb a call for a free estimate at Gorelli Pavement Service, 815-271-5835. That's Gorelli Pavement Service, 815-271-5835. Servicing Illinois, Indiana, and Wisconsin. That's Gorelli Pavement. Tell them Tony O sent you. And our brand new sponsors, folks, Chicago Doors Ltd. Chicago Doors Limited have been serving Chicagoland and suburbs for over 40 years. They buy direct from the manufacturers. They deliver the highest quality products at the lowest prices. Specializing in residential and commercial exterior and interior doors. residential, garage door operators, 24-hour emergency service. Call for a free estimate at 847-641-8552. Tell Alan Tonio sent you. Ocean's Pit. Also, senior discounts or email chicagodoor01@gmail.com. That's our good friends from Chicago Door Ltd. All right, everybody. So you're watching the show, and thank you guys for tuning in today. We really do appreciate it. We got a lot of stuff to talk about. Let's see what's coming in since we weren't here on Friday. Let's see who we have in the house, as we can say, which is very important right now. What do we have? Richard, thank you so much. Dick Sayed, great seeing you on Friday. Dakota, my brother, I hope you're doing well in beautiful Las Vegas. Nev, Ron Shammer, thank you, buddy. It was great seeing you too, and the Mistaken Identity Boys for the River Grove Lions Club on Saturday early evening before our show up in Norton. So, Ron, thank you for that. Kathy Ippolito, I hope you're doing well, my dear friend. I hope your mom's okay with her shoulder, and give her my best there. Nina, thank you so much for all your prayers. Luann, great seeing you Sunday at Daryl's wedding. Rosa, how you doing, everybody? Yvette, oh, thank you about your prayer. Felice, nice to see you, my buddy. Hope you're well. Jennifer, thank you to you and Greg for our good friends from Taverna, which will be coming there at the end of this month. Don't forget to check out Taverna, ladies and gentlemen. Voted best outside patio in the suburbs of Chicago. That's Taverna on Division. Our good friends from Taverna in Melrose Park. Albert, how you doing, my friend? Danny Mazzi, buy local, shop local. Karen Dean, buddy. Michael from Hardcore Italians. Hope you're doing well, my brother. Looks like we might have Michael on the show tomorrow and his son for Hardcore Italians, talking about stuff. So let's speak about Hardcore Italians real fast. October 7th is the date we're talking about. We're talking about Hardcore Italians and the Italian Sports Hall of Fame present Columbus Day Bocce Ball Tournament. Now, it's going to be Saturday, October 7th. It's at 8 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be at the Casa Italiana. It's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be food. There's going to be games. There's going to be music. There's going to be a motorcycle show. There's going to be a car show. It's going to be fantastic. But what makes this one special for me is I'm playing in it. I have my own team, the Oceanettes. It's going to be great. Danny Mazzi from Armando Supermarkets. We got Joey Spins, of course, yours truly, and our good buddy Jimmy Marchese from River Cafe. So that's our team. And you could be a team too. We need more. We need more team members. We got a lot of good stuff going, but it's a lot of fun. Casa Italiana, Columbus Day, Bocce Ball Tournament. And tomorrow, hopefully, we'll have Michael on and his son talking about Hardcore Italians. We're going to talk about all Hardcore Italians tomorrow, about everything that's happening in the city of Chicago. We'll go back to the statue. We'll go back with the alderman right now who just went off on our Italian heritage, and with Ron Onesti, and we'll talk about everything Hardcore Italian tomorrow with our good friend Mike from Hardcore. So, Stella, how you doing? Ryan, everybody's doing good. I will call you after the show, Michael. All right. So much on my plate today, so let me get right to it. Thank you so much, everybody that showed up. I'm just trying to go back to everything here to miss so much fun here. Thank you, Chicago. Chicago Prime was on fire on Friday nights. It was a great job. And early Saturday at 5 o'clock, Mistaken Identity, which turns into Mojo's Jukebox when they're not with me. They did a thing for the River Grove Lions Club there in beautiful, the gazebo there. And Ron Shammer did steak and lobster night. It was still a nice crowd, you know. It rained all day, but the band kicked it out. I got to do the last half hour with them, so that was great. And then we went to Norton's in Highland Park, and that was a big success. Yes, so thank you, Richie and the staff, everybody for showing up at Norton's. Jerry Jam was on fire. And on Sunday, I had the honor to go to my good friend's wedding, Daryl Armenstad. You know him as the Professor. Sonia Hicks, they're fantastic. They got married at Concord in beautiful Kildare, Illinois. And it was a very small, intimate party. A lot of his relatives from out of town. He had some great food. It was great seeing Bill and Julie Saratella and Luann and Santos, her husband, and his brother, his drummer Joe there, and his wife. So Laura couldn't go with me, and just wanted to thank because Laura's spending a lot of time, of course, with her mom, reasonably, understandably so. I put a phone call out to my little sis, of course, Regina Karma, and she knows Daryl and Sonia very well as well. So Regina came with me, and it was just a good time. Just watch them two celebrate with their families and stuff like that. So it was a beautiful wedding. Again, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Daryl Armenstad. And so very, very good for that. Anthony Napolitano, my brother, I hope you're doing well. So let me tell you what we got going on this week, folks. Busy, busy, busy week. Now, tomorrow, of course, is Tuesday. So we're doing the St. Jude's meeting with everybody performing for St. Jude's with Carl Doty. That's tomorrow. That's going to be fun seeing all those guys. I just wish it was a little under different circumstances, you know. Wednesday, folks, we'll be breaking our debut at the Village Pub in North Riverside. It is going to be a jumping affair. Jerry Jams, and of course, we got my good buddy Louis Pipes. So it's going to be a good time Wednesday, August night. Now, Thursday, we're going to be outside, concert in the park, Clock Tower concert in Schiller Park with the main event band, Jerry Jams, Tony Toto, and the return of Danny Ramonde. So that's going to be this Thursday. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with my good pal, Daryl Armenstad, now that he's married. Will be with me on Friday. Saturday, we have two shows, one open to the public, one in Saturday on the 12th will be at the Taste of Elmwood Park with a special show called Tony Ocean and Friends. That's right, from 1 to 2:30. Yours truly, Jerry Jams, Tony Toto, Elliot Winbush from Ocean's Rat Pack, and Regina Karma. It's going to be a great hour and a half of music. That's at the Taste of Melrose Park this Saturday. And Saturday night, we have a private affair. And Sunday will be in a private affair with Mojo's Jukebox in Champaign, Illinois. Tony Bisek, thank you, everybody. Michelle, thank you so much, my dear friend. Patrice, everybody, great seeing you all. Jill, Indiana, how are you doing? All right, so also we want to say goodbye. Well, in another week or two, we want to say goodbye to Emma. Emma, of course, works for Chicago Prime Steakhouse. She's one of the servers there. And she'll be moving back to Greece on the 18th of August. So we sent a little send-off to her. When you go see her, if you're there before the 18th, make sure you give her a little send-off for all the good work she did at Chicago Prime Steakhouse. And now she's moving to Greece. So, Emma, congratulations. Also, Thursday night, this past Thursday, after we finished our meeting, after we did our show at Zaza's, in Lake Barrington. We had another Chicago Music Cruise meeting late in the wee hours at my good buddy Richie Hoffer's house, folks. Of course, Richie is the man behind Seventh Heaven. And it was a beautiful home, so we all got there. Just to get, Richie's the type of guy, if you don't know him personally, and we know each other through many years. We don't know each other that well, but we've known each other through the years. And he's a guy, he's a perfectionist when it comes to his business, his music, his family. He does it. And he does it nothing half-assed. And he's always on the top of the game. And he's always trying to make things work. That's why when he put this cruise together, which he's been doing now for I don't know how many years with Seventh Heaven, he wants to make sure that it's right. And we're talking about the 2024 Chicago Music Cruise, January 7th, January 14th, 2024, 7-night Eastern Caribbean cruise on the Royal Caribbean Cruise Line, the Wonders of the Sea. And as the seven seas. You see what I mean? Okay. As he corrected me on that. Thank you, Richie. But it's going to be Tony Ocean, the main event band, Jerry Jams, Tony Toto, and Danny Ramonde. Of course, it's going to be my other band, Mojo's Jukebox. And, of course, Seventh Heaven. Now, it's going to be Orlando, Florida, Coco Key, Bahamas, which is a private island that you can only get onto from the Royal Caribbean ship, St. Thomas and St. Martin. It's going to be fantastic. So what Richie's doing and what I love about what he's trying to do is how he make sure that everybody going on the ship, there's not, I think this ship holds 9,000 people. We're very close of selling out on this ship, 4 or 5 bedrooms, if I'm correct. But also at the meeting was Lenny Rago, of course, Panina's Pizza, and he's part of the crew with Seventh Heaven. My cousin Rhonda came with me because Laura couldn't, and she's coming on the cruise. And of course, we got Mary, who's booking the cruise on ntdvacations.com. Mary was there, of course, and of course was Richie. And right when we first got there, Joe Catafio, our good buddy from Jade 50s, which actually Joe and Richie are related. It was great. So the first, like Lenny, after I made the post, Lenny said something. The first hour or two is all just, hey, what's going on, old stories, war games, stuff, everything that we've been through. And then we got down a little bit business. But what I like about what Richie's doing for the people who are signing up for the cruise. Sometime in December, we're going to have probably on a Monday or Tuesday, from what I'm hearing, he's going to have a little pre-party that everybody and he's going to have a PowerPoint show, which is going to show what's going on with the cruise and blah, blah, blah. And Rich is to the point where he's going to have a schedule, because when you get on this ship and it's huge, there's a lot of things going on at the same time. And you might say to yourself, but boy, I don't want to miss anything. So Richie's going to come out with a schedule where you can see all the other shows, but still time to come and see Seventh Heaven, Mojo's Jukebox, and of course Tony Ocean, the main event band. So no shows will be missed. So you can still go see the Juggler or the Splash Show, whatever other shows they have. He'll tell you where to eat, what's going on, what's the good places, bad places. So Richie, like I said, a perfectionist, and he's going to have this perfect. So I'm excited. So you guys, like I said, I think we got maybe 5-6 rooms left, and that ship will be sold out. So go to Mary at ntdvacations.com and book your cruise. It's going to be a lot of fun in January. Good. Speaking of Danny Manzi, how about our good friends from Armando Supermarkets, 925 Liberty Street in Elgin, now also a proud sponsor to the Columbus Day Tony Ocean Float, along with our good buddies Crash Champions Collision Auto Repair, Michael and Gigi. For all your collision auto repair needs, go to crashchampions.com. They'll also be sponsoring the Columbus Day Float, also along with Sal from Deutsch Power Center. So we probably looking for another sponsor, one more little one, if we can find one. But I think we're okay, but we might need one more little one. So if you're interested, private message me or call the number there, 847-769-8609, and become a sponsor to the Tony Ocean Show Columbus Day Float on Columbus Day on Lake Shore Drive. I'm sorry, on Michigan Avenue. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so thank you. Very helpful, first-time cruisers. Well, Kimberly, thank you. It's going to be a lot of fun for some of you people that might be doing it for the first time, and I'm excited about it. I hope you guys are too. Busy week, like I said, so I hope you guys come out and enjoy some stuff here. Now, we heard about the movie, of course, Sound of Freedom. That's over 100 million, billion, I don't know, 100 million sales. The movie that Disney owned the rights to and would not release it, and Netflix did not release it. Isn't it also funny, folks, that this movie came out and all of a sudden Hollywood actors went on strike about, the Hollywood, the whole sex trafficking thing that's going on. People wanted you to see it. Now, you heard the stories. Google it yourself if you don't believe it. People that were going to some of the movies, they were lowering the heat, lowering the air conditioner in some of these theaters, so people were uncomfortable and would leave and not watch the whole movie. Some of these places that there was something that the food were bad in some of these movie theaters. This is stuff that you're hearing. Thank you, Albert, State Street, Columbus Day Parade. People that are hearing the stuff that's been happening to. But then I've talked to other people that's not happening at all. But the point I'm trying to say is here's a movie that they tried to stop, and it's just killing at the box office. That so many other countries now are jumping on the wagon and showing these films and The Sound of Freedom at different other films as well. Harry Mack seen it. I saw it, Marcus, and everything was fine. Thank you, Roseanne. Caputo Roseanne, great seeing you on Friday at Chicago Prime. Also, one of the actors, Jim, I can't forget if I pronounce his name wrong. I pronounce his last name right, Cazell or something, but he's the head star of that movie. And all of a sudden, he got some poisoning. You heard about this? Ryan Lewis, my friend, how you doing, buddy? So the star of the movie always got some poisoning, probably that he might have got while he was filming. I don't know, but just it's ironically how this all happening at the same time. It's just a lot of crazy stuff. It's nuts. All right, I got to ask you a great question, folks. When do you realize? Now, I think most of the people that are watching, except for maybe Ryan Lewis probably might be my youngest viewer, or maybe Nina, but I don't know exactly how old everybody is. But when do you realize that you're getting old? I'm telling you, the only time that I notice I'm tired more often than I used to be. That I noticed. Another time is when you try to get up from, from bed in the morning. It's like, oh my God. Right? You say to yourself, oh my everything, just getting into the shower. It's like, or getting out of the tub or whatever. That's when I finally realized, boy, whew. And then of course my hearing, and then your eyes are going and your hair is going. So, it is what it is. Stella, what's up, my dear friend? I miss seeing you, honey. Hope you're doing well. So that's a question I'm going to ask you guys, because no one ever wants to admit that they're old. Thank you, Deborah, for that. And thank you, everybody, about Mama D. We really do appreciate all your prayers and texts and everything. So I'm going to ask you all, when do you finally realize that you're feeling old? And some people, of course, are going to say, I'm not old. I can do the same things I can do 20 years ago. Bullshit. Bullshit. Right. At 50, most of the lights on the dashboard came on. Yeah. Thank you, Richard. I'm seeing it now. Right, Kathy. I mean, it's just part of life. I know guys who take care as well as they can, and they do the best. Tony Toto might be watching. I think he might be on lunch because I think he's supposed to start his new job at McGrath um, BMW. When you do the math, you turn McGrath. So good luck, Tony Toto, not working for McGrath car dealership over there. I don't know if you're on your lunch hour, but thank you, team. Kathy, well, look at Kathy, kind of turned 80 years old. She was dancing up a storm. I can't believe the energy of this lady. We did her party 2 weeks ago. Fantastic. Every day we get up and make the difference, day mistakes. Yeah, there you go, Kathy. Very well. If someone gave you a box that contained everything that you lost in your life, what would be the first thing you grab out of that box? Now, I want you guys to listen to the question again. Someone gives you a box, and inside that box has everything that you lost in your life. What would be the first thing that you would pull out of there? It's a great question. Someone gives you a box with everything that you lost in your life. What would be the first thing that you pull out of? Thank you, Kathy. I'd have to say the same thing. My dad. My dad would be my dad died when I was at the height of my doing this for my career. I was already established as Tony Ocean when my dad died at the age 2004 he died. So he was 58 years old. My good buddy, Mr. Antonelli, how you doing, Pally? Happy birthday to your mom, Dave Antonelli's mom up in heaven. So here's the questions coming in. If you had a box and you can pull anything out that you lost, what would it be? So my dad, there you go. My dad, Buddy says my sister, Kimberly says my grandparents, Michelle says my mom. I would say most of you people are all saying relatives. I mean, parent. That's right, Dave. You would have pulled your mom. Today would have been her birthday. So Everybody seems to be wanting the first thing they find in that box. Like you said, it's everything you lost in life, and everybody's saying a parent or a relative in your family. And I'd pull my dad out because if he got to see what I became, and with my family now, he'd be, I know he's proud of me up in heaven, but I mean, you know, just the thought. So I would definitely pull my dad out. If I had to pull anybody out, that's it, man. That's it to bring your parents. And my nephew. Oh, there you go. So Mara says my nephew. When he was too young. There you go. My good friend Mara from Texas. I hope you're doing well. Jill says Indiana. My mom and dad. She's from Indiana. My dad, 95 years old, went back to Kentucky to live with his girlfriend. He works out every morning. Ah, you look like, I think if I remember seeing your father at one time, he looked incredible. Always had the matching suits. He knew how to dance. He knew his stuff. So God bless for that, Patrice. God bless for that. General, I hope you're doing well. You're watching Ocean's Pit. So it's interesting with some people. I got this quote that I love, and I am worth every headache that I give to somebody. Someone sent that quote, and I didn't send it, and I seen it on Facebook. I thought it was the funniest thing. I am worth every headache I give somebody. Don't tell that to my wife. And my white boxers are off my best dog. Oh, there you go. So, Jill, you can only take one thing, but you said you want your mom and dad and your dog. Of course, a lot of people, if it wasn't your mom and dad, it could be a best friend, or everybody's situation is different. But interesting stuff. Bed and Beyond went bankrupt, was bought by Overstock, and now Bed and Beyond is coming back again for all you Bath and Beyond shoppers out there. Try to say that a few times. Interesting stuff, folks. And this quote, especially when you're with a bunch of people and you're always busy, like me, my life, we're always got something to do. Always. It's very hard for me to have a day that I'm not doing nothing. You know what I mean? And some of those days, I bet everybody wish they had a few of those days. You know what I mean? And then some people have a big crowd around them, good, and then some people have like to keep it small. And this quote is great. The less people the less people you chill with is the less bullshit you deal with. Bigger. I remember when I used to hang out at Jilly's, working at Jilly's. And I had an entourage, and it was getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and more drama, more bullshit, more this, more that. And then, half the time you wonder in any kind of life that you wonder sometimes if the people you're hanging with are friends or the people you hang with are there for other reasons. And in life, you learn. When you're a kid, oh, but my friends. No, it's not, friends is a very, very, very important word. Friends. And people throw that word around like nothing. My friends, my friends. There you go, Robert. I love big crowds. There you go, Robert. But you know what I'm trying to say is 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, there's a few people that if you have the opportunity to have 3 or 4 people that you could call, not relatives, the outside your relatives that you can call and say, hey, car breaks down or need bail money or whatever the hell it is. Those people that come to you, that's what I mean if you're lucky enough to have that circle of good friends. We're all truly, truly, truly friends. And you become very blessed with that. So keep it tight, keep it small. And everybody knows a lot of people, but when it comes all down to it, I think that's very important. Some people sometimes miscommunicate that and they confuse the two between very good friends and acquaintances. Sometimes people confuse that. Yeah, there you go, Roseanne. Absolutely. Absolutely. I agree. You're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things. Let's get to some sponsors if we can, folks. How about our good friends from McCampbell Attorney at Law, Ron McCampbell, attorney at law, statewide law practice that is client focused and results driven. Call Roy at 708 275 4264. My wife's company, of course, Laura Ocean Solutions, increasing profits while reducing credit card fees. If you go with Laura Ocean Solutions, you'll never have to shop again. And another proud sponsor of the Tony Ocean Columbus Day float, as well as the show here. We're talking about Deutsche Power Center. Our good friends from construction in Elgin, Illinois, Deutsch, construction and diesel industry in Chicago for the last 200 years. 224-276-6550. That's Deutsch Power Center. Oh, yes. And let's not forget Don Esteban Cigars out of Tarpon Springs, Florida. I called Javier and got my order. Ordered 50. Should have him in a couple next day or two. So that's good. But give him a call. He's from Tarpon Springs. They hand roll him and send him right to the house. 727-366-7536. And let's not forget our last friends from Trico Hair Experts out of Rosemont, Illinois, recreating great hair days. Give them a call at 773-999-7888. Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Monday through Friday, 12 o'clock noon. And just going out and trying to have some fun. Life is too short. So deep, huh, Stevie? Yeah, well, you know how it is, buddy. You can't, you got to have a little fun sometime. Let's get to some other crazy stories that we got coming up, folks. Fox News, some of the most dumbest people in the world. I just don't get them how stupid some of these people are. And it goes back to the most simplest things in life when you were growing up. People telling your parents, telling you, don't do this, don't do that, blah, blah, blah. And you just don't listen. Keeping children and pets inside your car with the window closed when you go into a store is wrong. There's a couple here, folks. Toddler drowns because the parents were too busy cooking for a party they were having, and the baby is in a harness float in the pool, and he drowned because nobody was paying attention to him. Don't worry about your party and your cooking for your friends when your baby toddler is in the pool with a harness, you bunch of idiots. Now your child is lost. According to Fox News, folks, the Ohio amusement park, one of the biggest amusement parks in Ohio, which is cool. They've got the fastest roller coaster. They have the steepest roller coaster too. All of a sudden, now it's the last couple of weeks they've been having problems with roller coasters all over. This particular one over here just froze in midair, just stopped. I mean, it's got to be scary. I don't like roller coasters as it is. Just froze in midair. More sickos, folks. Fox News from Lake Tahoe. They call him the Lake Tahoe foot toddler or fondler. This sick man breaks into resorts in Lake Tahoe and starts touching women's feet while they're sleeping. Sickos. Now, there's places that you can go to get that stuff done. There's professional places that you can go into the city and get this stuff done. Why do you have to break into resorts and start feeling? It's just, you can't make this shit up, folks. Can't make this stuff. All right, let's get to some birthdays that we missed. Mary Lou Parker, Mary Louise Parker, great actress, 59 years old. Jerry G. Bishop, the original Svengoolie, celebrated a birthday this past weekend. Paul Frees, better known as Boris Bad-Enough, remember from Rocky? And I used to love it. First, remember Natasha and Boris. Yes, first we get squirrel. Happy birthday, the voice of Paul Frees. Very good. Jay North, remember him? Dennis the Menace turned 72 years old. Do you imagine telling somebody that Dennis the Menace is 72 years old, the guy that played him? Just amazing. Uncle Jack Petita. Uncle Jack, happy birthday from Blackjacks. Celebrates a birthday. God. Martin Sheen turns 83 years old. Oh, you gotta love that. Denise Deanna, if you're watching, honey, happy birthday to your mom. Happy birthday to Denise Deanna's mom up there, folks. Robin Crosby from the band Rat celebrating a birthday. Let's see what we got here. Let's see. Eddie Holleran. He is from the singer from Collective Soul, celebrating a birthday today. Marv Levy, former NFL coach for the Buffalo Bills, celebrates a birthday. From the Ides of March, and a great keyboard player in his own right, the great Scott May, celebrating a birthday this past weekend. Former Chicago Cub Steve Trout, celebrating a birthday. Another great drummer in the Chicagoland area, of course, for Nick Sahajas and the Piano Man, Jack Scallion, celebrates a birthday. Jack, how you doing? Like I said, again, happy birthday to my good buddy Dave Antonelli's mom up in heaven. John Sykes from the band Whitesnake celebrates a birthday. Pat Lenzini from Highwood. Happy birthday, Pat. I thought you might stop by and see your buddy at Norton's. We missed you. John Five, great guitar player, celebrating his birthday. All right, Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Busy week. Village Pub coming up on Wednesday, and then the Schiller Park concert in the park. A lot of stuff. Taste of Elmwood Park on Saturday and Champaign on Sunday. Anyway, Nutty, as we're going, Kathy Splatchall, hope you're doing well. And thank you. Nice seeing you, my dear friend. More stories, more fun, more excitement here on Ocean's Pit. Happy birthday to my good buddy Jim Early from A La Carte Entertainment. Jim is always there for you. He's always a great guy. Jimmy, happy birthday. And you would say, live it. House of the Republicans, folks. Well, since a lot of people are talking about the last election, whether you're Democrat or Republican, when there is an election, nobody really wants you to cheat. Now, there are rumors that, of course, the last election was rigged. I believe so, but what am I? But there's a lot of people that agree with me too, folks. And right now, the Republicans are coming out with a brand new election integrity task force, which are going to be around. Now, remember, there's not another election until November of 2024. But I got a feeling the voting and stuff is going to be very much different going into the new election, which is still a year or more away. But the new election integrity task force, it's going to be interesting to see what goes down with all that situation, folks. And you know how that is. Portillo's, folks. That's right. Pick up and only credit card use. Now they got a brand new place that's in Rosemont, in the town of Rosemont. I just talked to our son Joey today and asked him why this particular one in Rosemont isn't a full-fledged store. Most of the Portillos are stores that you can actually walk into, and there's big, and there's restaurants, and there's a drive-through. I mean, there's tables and stuff. Well, the one in Rosemont, there's no room in the town. So they make one up right now that it's a pickup only, okay, and it's only credit cards. You can't go in with cash. So it's the first one in the country right here that's going into Rosemont. So you can still walk in and still get your great Portillo's food. So interesting. Thank you, Roseanne. It is what it is. A National Niece and Nephew Day. So give your niece and nephews big kisses and hugs when you see them, folks. All right, let's see what we got here. Ladies, and I'm asking the ladies that are watching, I like to hear what answers that comes out of your guys, ladies' mouths. If you get to be a man for 24 hours, what would you do? So let's go down. Roseanne, Kathy, everybody. Roseanne, Yvette, what would you do? Jill, Stella, Patrice, you can be a man for an hour. Mara, I will ask our son Joe, yes, when it's coming to Tomball, Texas. It's 15 minutes from me. I will make sure I send that out to you, Mara. So the question was, folks, if you could become a man for 1 hour, what would you change? What, ladies out there, what would you change? If women can become a man and for just an hour, what would you change? I'd like to have one answer. Somebody tell me, what would you change if you became, I can't think of anything. I really can't think. All right. Wow. That's a good one. I thought women would be coming in there just trying to change everything, change this, change that. I don't know. Interesting question. Only got one response so far. If you could become a man for 24 hours, what would you change? And interesting either. Let's see. Not to be an asshole. Okay, there you go. Kathy all of a sudden remembered something. Would like not to clean or cook or to be served. Oh, there you go, Peta. Change my size. Oh, okay, there you go, Jill. Eat everything as men. Don't put on weight. Oh, I wouldn't want them to be a man. Oh, there you go. Well, you got some good answers there, folks, here at Ocean's Pit. Good answers. Good answers. NBC a school bus plows into a Chicago house. At least one injured, and of course, extensive damage. Wow, imagine that. A bus flying, a school bus. Yeah, this was a school bus, but still, it's still a bus crashing into your house. Only muscles of strength to get a few things done. There you go, Michelle. That's a good one, my friend. I was watching this program. It was actually live footage of some of the stuff. It's some news conferences and stuff. Now they're admitting in the Congress and stuff, admitting that there's, I didn't realize this, 278,000 regular citizens have been spied on by the FBI for no reason. Looking into their personal files and businesses for no personal reason. 278,000. How your name got picked. It has got to be probably the people that are speaking out against the government, speaking out against the new regime, speaking out about the Dr. Fauci, speaking out about this, speaking out. See, that's the thing. The minute you start speaking out about stuff, all of a sudden everybody comes at you. All of a sudden, no, he said, but. Instead of the people that just say nothing and let all this shit happen. And then when it happens, oh my God, I wish I could have done something. Well, the minute you don't say anything about it, you've already on that side. It's like, what I don't understand, you're in the city of Chicago, Cubs, Sox. Now, Cub fans, the Sox fans don't really get along. So if you're at a table and you're in a sports bar or you're somewhere and you start bringing up sports, and one of the guys, one uncle says, "I'm a big White Sox fan," and the other cousin said, "I'm a Cubs fan," and after a few pops, people are going off at each other. So why can that be? How come you can talk about that? Or you can talk about who's got the best clothes, who's got the best car, or Lincoln or a Cadillac. Why can we talk about that in public, but we can't talk about what's going on with religion or what's going on with politics or what's going on with sex trafficking or what's going on with Epstein's Island or what's going on with Hunter's cocaine? Why can't we talk about that without people blocking you, not talking to you, condemning you, calling you a racist? I mean, what is it? Why? Why? Janice said if we can be a man, she would want to write her name in the snow. That's a good one. If I was a man for 1 hour, I really can't share that with you. Okay. There you go, Patrice. Anyway, it's a scary world that we're living in. That's for sure. Now, here's another thing. Now, you know what I always said, folks, about no matter what side of the whatever, Democrat, Republican, Democrat, Republican. It doesn't make a difference, but what's unfair is unfair. It's time for That's Suspicious. There you go, folks. Democrats rejected Donald Trump's plea, $8.6 billion to protect our border. The Democrats rejected that when Donald Trump was president of the United States. $8.6 billion. They rejected it. But they gave Ukraine just recently, or in past, right? $75 billion to protect their border. That's suspicious. Now, don't you look at each other and going, what? Why can't we do that with our own country where we live? Protect our country. Is it because it was the person that was suggesting it? If it was another president, would they say, okay? Or it's because it was Donald Trump? Now, whether you're a Trump fan or not, this doesn't make any sense to me. You're protecting the United States of America. You're protecting the border. It doesn't care who's president. You're protecting the border because obviously the president that's doing it now is not protecting the border. Crazy, but it's true. Crazy, but it's true. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, and hope you're having a great day. I hope you guys are trying to go out and do it. Ba, ba, ba. There you go. Michael, how you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well. All right. That's why I'm confused here. I thought there was a difference between illegal and migrants. We're the only country in the world to do this, that allows this. There's a difference. Thank you, Brandon. Adam West celebrating a birthday, folks. Adam West, formerly of the original, to me, the only Batman. Adam West, and another great drummer in Chicagoland area. I used to be with Tony Ocean Band, of course, the great Andy Trippy celebrating a birthday this past weekend. I love this quote, and I hope you love it too, folks. Character is how you treat people that can do nothing for you. It's easy to treat people when they can do something for you. Ooh, I can get there, I can do this, I can do that. You're supposed to treat people normally no matter what the occasion is, no matter what it's for. Kathy, I from Naples. How you doing, honey? Florida. You're doing well. So that's character. That's what character is. Just try to be nice to everybody, not because they can do something for you. Very, very important. And I love this quote too. Addiction is giving up everything for one thing. Recovery is giving up everything, is giving up on one thing for everything. I've known a lot of guys in the business, a lot of people in general that were addicted to certain things in life. It doesn't just have to be drugs or alcohol. Shopping, you can be addicted to a lot of stuff. But it makes sense. When you're addicted to something, all you want is that one thing, whatever your addiction is. But recovery is giving up that for everything else, which is a very, very important quote. I love that, folks. Let's get to some other ones that you guys sent me just recently. Cash is king, sent in by my good buddy Danny Maggi. Cash is king. The only way to destroy the agenda of cashless society is to use cash as much as possible. Cash preferred, card accepted. Cash will work when the internet is down, when there's a power outage, when the card reader malfunctions, When your phone battery dies, cash is king. Use it or lose it. www.keepcashalive.com. Please pay with cash when you can. Why? To avoid bank fees, to keep cash alive, support local businesses rather than the banks. Cash is king. Use it or lose it to keep cash alive. Great quote, and it makes a lot of sense. Now, it's important. Tired of extra fees to use the credit cards. Yeah, you know what? There is a lot of them, and that is for sure. That is for sure. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Puts a bit of he'll be running for president. There is no time in history where the people who were censoring speech were the good guys. Now, it's an very, very, very great quote. And it's true. Go back in history when people were trying to stop the free speech, they're trying to take control. It's right in front of people's eyes. If there's no time in it, there is no time in history where people who were censoring speech, were the good guys. It's just proven fact. Driving me crazy, driving me nuts. Another happy birthday, 101 birthday to Mrs. Rachel Robinson. She was the wife of the late, great Jackie Robinson, born on July 19th, 1922 in Los Angeles. Now imagine this birthday actually was a month ago, but I just found it. She's 101 years old. Wow. How cool is that? You're watching Ocean Spit. I hope you're having a great day. So let me get this straight. I go to a grocery store and I buy a pound of sliced ham in a plastic bag, a loaf of bread in a plastic bag, a gallon of milk in a plastic jug, a pack of napkins in a plastic wrap, a store-made salad in a plastic tub, a plastic bottle of mustard, and a plastic bottle of ketchup. But they won't give me a plastic bag to carry it home because jokes and pokes sent in by Paula Hicks really makes sense. When you go to, yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Christina sends in another one. So I love her posts. Usually Laura says them on Thursday, but she hasn't been with me on Thursday because of, of course, because of Mama D. Cashier carded me at Binny's yesterday while taking out my ID. My Blockbuster card fell out. He laughed and said, "Never mind." So if you got a Blockbuster card, I think that was pretty funny. Oh, that's too much right here, folks. Too much, too much. 5 milestones that you don't need to achieve by the age of 30 years old. 5 milestones. Owning property. Number 1. Number 2, having found a life partner to be married or settled down. Now, these are things you don't have to be achieved by 30 years old. You don't have to own property. You don't have to be married by 30 years old. 3, living alone and no longer living with flatmates or parents. You don't have to do that. Children, I'm planning or having them soon. Don't have to worry about it. And establish career in something that you plan to do until you retire. 5 milestones that you don't need to have achieved by the age of 30. When you were younger, oh my God, if you didn't get married by this, or if you weren't doing this, or if you're still living at home, it was a whole different story. But everything has changed now in this world. You have to pay $10 for a bag, whether it's plastic or paper. Good point. Oh, I did not know that. Laurie Wright. Hi, Laurie. The great B.J. Thomas died today. Wow. Now, that is sad news. What a bunch of great songs he had. B.J. Thomas, ladies and gentlemen, has passed away. Our prayers go out to the Thomas family. Thank you for that, Laurie. I appreciate it very much. That's true. If you go to Aldi, you have to pay for one of their plastic bags. If you go to Aldi. Don't make sense to me. Of course, they're making the money anyway. And I'm not bragging or anything, but I guarantee you I've got the same medical degree as Bill Gates does. Another guy who keeps yapping his mouth all the time. Drives me crazy. For all you buddy in the Harlem Avenue, are you ready in the Norwich area? Are you ready for the new Caputo's finally opening its doors coming August 9th, which would be this Wednesday? Caputo's opens, folks. 4410 Harlem Avenue in Norwich. The new Caputo's opening its doors. Bring a little bit there. I always like Caputo's. Always good stuff. Funny quote. I hired a Russian Uber driver, and his name was Pick Up and Drop Off. Pick Up, Drop Off was his name. Oh, you guys are funny, some of the stuff that you send in. Now, I love this quote I love. The ones that are against you, that realize is power of the post. You know what? I'm going to save this one for when Laura's here because she'd get much more kick out of this one. Irish Fest. Are you ready for Irish Fest? Coming up August 17th to the 20th in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Say there'll be about 100,000 people. Frank Nino celebrates a birthday. Frank, hope you're doing well. I haven't seen you in a while, buddy. And we lost two other actors, ladies and gentlemen. Mark Margolis. He was in the movie, TV show Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. Died at 83 years old today. Also, if you're into Broadway, Clifton Olive, he was in the Broadway show, of course, Wicked and The Lion King. He dies at the age of 47 years old. Well, some news, folks. I know people were, our President Joe Biden was announcing that he was coming up with the loan forgiveness plan. Well, I guess there's another kibosh into that. Anyway, there's a big Congress freezes the blocks on a big lawsuit to stop that again. Every time it gets through it, there's always somebody trying to block it. The forgiveness plan. All right, let's see what we got here, folks. We are coming down to 12 o'clock. It's the end of the hour, folks. A couple other things. This was sent in by Julie Clark Fanazzi. If we get nuked, it will be missiles built with American technology sold to China by former President Bill Clinton. Funded by billions of American dollars given to Iran by former President Barack Obama. With warheads of American uranium sold to Russia by former First Lady Hillary Clinton. But all of a sudden, Trump's a traitor. I don't get it, folks. You just got to use your math here. Now, here's some guy really pissed off about WGN and Channel 9. This will be the last story for today. Talking WGN, Channel 9 off the cable, was one of the stupidest things they ever did. Right up there with trading Lou Brock. With the right management, we can still see the Cubs and some Sox games. The Chicago newscasts were always a breath of fresh air compared to the cable news channels. WGN America is a pile of crap. Now, there's a lot of people that do not like that. Makes sense. A lot of upset people there. Janine, how are you doing? Woody's nightclub in Asma every weekend. Well, good. Hey, Michael, very good, buddy. Knock 'em dead out there, Pally. I hope you're doing well. Last thing, since I'm a musician, this will be the last story we're going to talk about today on Ocean's Pit. Hiring a musician. Okay? What do you think you're paying for? Someone to stand on stage and sing for a couple hours? What are you actually paying for? Someone who stands on stage for a couple hours plus equipment and instruments, hours of rehearsal time, rehearsal space, transport to and from the venue, the amount of money spent on lessons, training to become the musician that they are, outfits for the event, promotional costs, website fees, GST to give to the tax man, phone and internet bills, spent on organizing the gig and telling others, manager fees, agents' fees, not to mention the payment also has to cover the food, the roof over the musician's head, bill, car, and every other living expense. So still think they're just charging your gig is too much? Bullshit. Try doing it yourself. That's what you have to think about when you hire a musician. You're only playing for an hour. You're only doing a DJ. You're only spinning records. Again, folks, you're watching Ocean's Pit. It's coming to the end of the hour. And again, if you're just joining the show at the end right now, folks, again, thank you again for all the prayers for Mama D. And it's just not looking good, folks. She's just like I said, we're trying to. They keep taking away some of her medication, so to try to start the process. But we really, Laura and the family appreciates all the prayers and calls and texts that you guys have been doing every time about Mama D. And Mama D, I hope you're listening, and you just say that we love you and we miss you very much. Hope you got to come home, but I don't know. It's just emotional roller coaster that the family's on, and especially my wife Laura and Natalie, her sister, my sister-in-law. They're there every day for 2 months, and the kids are there. Everybody's going over there back and forth. I don't wish this about anybody that's got to lose a parent. So let's just keep praying for a miracle. Folks, it's time to come to the end of the hour. I want to thank you all for watching the show today. It's always a pleasure to get to see when I come on the show and you guys get a chance to. You guys here always kind of makes me feel better for the day when I talk to you guys. It really does. I want to thank our sponsors, Norwich. Ace Hardware Norwich, Displays, Evergreen Park in Warrenville. Buy local, shop local. Don't forget to freeze. Don't forget to tell them to do your stuff, baby. Grill your ace off and get 20% off any grill purchase. Take advantage of the Auto Key FOP programming to all the stores. We program and cut car keys at up to 50% less than any dealership. Visit our helpful hub to speak with a certified team member. And download the Ace Rewards app. It's an easy way to keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. That's our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local. Remember, Ace is the place helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. That's Ace Hardware. All right, folks. Again, buy local, shop local. Please support local establishments and mom and pa and live entertainment. Wednesday, we're making our debut at the Village Pub in North Riverside with Jerry Jams and Louis Pipes. Thursday, concert in the park and Schiller Park outside concert with the return of Danny Ramundi and the Main Event Band. Friday, Chicago Prime Steakhouse with Married Man Daryl Armenstad. Saturday, the Taste of Elmwood Park, Tony Ocean and Friends, Jerry Jams, Tony Toto, Elliot Winbush, and the great Regina Karma. Sunday, we'll be in Champaign, Illinois with Mojo's Jukebox. Guys, thank you guys so much for watching the show. We really do appreciate it, guys. Just thank you for always being there. And it's good to have good people around you. I'm very blessed. The great words of Ringo Starr, peace and love. Peace and love, everybody. Have a great day. God bless you. Nick Hodges. Take care.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Bye-bye, everybody.